So I can't see you, Karl, but you've told me that you've dressed really nicely.
Yes, I have.
And it's because we've got a sponsor today.
Yes, we do. A fellow YouTuber who's made a clothing brand called Ross Boom Socks. Find out more at the end, but first, Nick Cage's taxes and his cobras. His tax cobras, if you will. His tobras. It's reported that at the apex of his career, Nicolas Cage bought a bunch of dumb bullshit largely just because he could. Something that ended up biting the actor in the arse when the IRS slapped him with a massive fine for unpaid taxes. A fine Nicolas Cage tried to minimise by writing off, amongst other things, 2 cobras and an octopus on his taxes.
So this article is already sounding bizarre, so what are we on about?
Well, in 2009, Nicolas Cage found himself staring down the barrel of a shotgun wielded by the IRS pointed squarely at his wallet's balls because he owed them millions of dollars in unpaid taxes. Millions of dollars, it should be noted, Nicolas Cage just didn't have due to his propensity for buying weird shit.
How much money did Nicolas Cage actually owe?
It's estimated that he owed around $6 million in unpaid taxes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So what did he buy with his money?
To end up owing that much money? Well, Nicolas Cage bought, amongst other things, rare comic books, Dinosaur Bones, and classic cars. And for people out there thinking classic cars doesn't sound that weird, a lot of rich people will go out and spend their money on very expensive cars. It should be noted that Nicolas Cage didn't buy these cars to drive, he bought them to display in his house. And there was a story from someone who went to one of Nicolas Cage's parties where they turned up, went into his billiards room and found a $1 million classic car just on display with lighting around it. And they genuinely found themselves wondering, how did he get the car in there? No one knows how Nick Cage got the car in his house. It's noted that when he'd throw massive parties, something he did quite a lot, making him very popular in Hollywood, because he would frequently fly people out to these parties, regardless of where they were. He would always go out of his way to hire professional lighting crews to light his many cars just to show off them. He never drove them, he just showed them off. And as I mentioned, he also bought a load of rare comics, including, I believe, a copy of Action Comics #1, which is one of the few things that ended up earning him money because he bought it for like a couple $100,000 and then sold it for a few million a couple years later. So that's one of the few investments he made that made a profit, but almost everything else he bought, he ended up eventually selling at a loss in an attempt to pay off this massive tax bill, including almost all the property he'd bought, which included, I shit you not, folks at home, a couple of islands, a castle, and a haunted mansion.
Holy shit.
Because of course, Nick Cage bought... Of course he bought a haunted mansion.
What he should have done to try and earn some money back from that was every Halloween host haunted house tours.
Don't even fucking taunt me with that, because that will be incredible. I would pay hard cash to go on a haunted house tour guided by Nicolas Cage. Hopefully in one of his many cars that he was just drifting around the hallways.
Yeah.
Do you know what that'd be like? That'd be like Mario Kart on those levels where you're inside Bowser's castle and you're just drifting through his front room. That's what Nick Cage could do. I'd pay for that. I'm somewhat successful now. I've got some spare money knocking about. I get tempted so much to buy dumb shit like that. Like when you hear about those auctions of film memorabilia, I'm always like, I could put a bid in for some of this shit. And I reckon I could be tempted to bite the bullet if Nick Cage did something like that. Because I would pay untold amounts of money to own something once owned by Nicolas Cage. Apparently his house was so fucking cool. Because he's a huge nerd in real life. And as I said, he had thousands of rare comic books. And he had giant robots in his house. He had cars in his billiard room. He had dinosaur skulls, one of which ended up being stolen. He had to give back to a museum. And another one is a famous story told by Sean Bean of, I think I've told it on my channel before, but fuck it, I'm telling it again because it's amazing. And Sean Bean says, I went round to Nick Cage's house once, we were playing pool, and he knocked over this prehistoric bear skull, crouched down, said a brief prayer, and the next morning I found out he walked into a field and buried it. It's just that story about any other actor, that's fucking bullshit. When it's Nick Cage, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
about
something
right.
to do. My favourite thing about this story is I wrote in more detail about it for Today I Found Out. And that's one of the few videos they've ever done that had to be re-uploaded because, I shit you not, folks at home, Nicolas Cage's lawyers got in contact with them because they used the word bankrupt and Nick Cage was never officially declared bankrupt. He just had to pay a load of taxes back. So me, as the writer of that article, has been threatened in a roundabout way by Nicolas Cage, and I like that. That's my brief claim to fame right there.
So if we bring it back to the article of this video, what is this about Nick Cage writing stuff off on his taxes? Like really crazy stuff.
Yeah, like cobras. Well, when he was on his spending spree, just buying whatever the fuck he felt like, Nicolas Cage, in addition to buying out castles, cars, a haunted mansion, a giant pyramid that he was going to be buried in, because we didn't even mention that, and he also bought a veritable zoo's worth of animals, including 2 rare albino cobras.
It hits you, it pumps you with so much volume of venom, that's what makes it deadly.
That he kept in a cage in his house. And when the taxman came a-knocking, Nicolas Cage genuinely tried to claim that he bought them for home defense. For anyone wondering, how the hell are 2 cobras in a cage going to defend your home? I should point out that Nicolas Cage, for some bizarre reason, chose not to have the cobras defanged and instead bought anti-venom that he kept next to the cage. So, he kept 2 deadly cobras in his house, and in interviews when he was talking about them, people asked him, so why did you buy these cobras? He said, well, I bought them to study them, and to study their movements, and their movements inform my performance as Ghost Rider. And on several occasions, I would look into the eyes of the cobra and feel myself being hypnotized, and at that point I was worried that I was going to get attacked. Which is a very Nick Cage thing to say, sure, but I guess that's also how they were going to defend his house, by hypnotizing the burglar and then biting them. But then they'd bite them, and then the burglar could just see the anti-venom right there. If I was Nick Cage though, I'd place the anti-venom just out of arm's reach, so that the burglar gets bit, falls down, and then it's just like Tantalus. The cure, help is right there, but you're not getting it. And then Nick Cage walks in.
It's like on the top shelf.
And then Nick Cage walks in full Ghost Rider outfit.
Yeah, and he says, you can't live in
screaming.
fear.
You can't live in fear.
You can't live in fear. You can't live in fear.
I'm nearly in fucking tears just thinking about Nick Cage and his defense cobras. Something I should point out is that I'm not sure if this particular gambit works for Nicolas Cage, but we do know that in addition to trying to write off the cobras, he also tried to write off a $150,000 octopus.
What the hell?
Because he bought $150,000 octopus.
Where's he keeping that?
In another tank, presumably near the cobras, that he also said that he used to inform his acting. And again, that's a very Nicolas Cage thing to say, but more cynical people with an eye for tax loopholes have said that that could have been just a sly way for Nicolas Cage to write that purchase off on his taxes. Because you could say, oh, it's an acting aid. Much in the same way that strippers in the United States, I believe, can write off sex toys and things like that. You heard about that?
No, I've not heard about that.
There's a couple of really famous ones. I think the most famous is ABBA, where due to Swedish tax law, I believe, you cannot write off clothing as a business expense unless the clothing is so extravagant it cannot be used for normal wear. So ABBA just bought ridiculous stage outfits that they could argue, well, we can't wear these in real life, they can only be worn on stage, and therefore we can write them off as a business expense. And even from my own personal experience, the reason we're recording this in an office right now is I was told, well, if you get an office, you can write it off. I went, well, that's a lot better than recording it in someone's fucking bedroom. Let's do that. But I'm now thinking, if the tax system is this loose, I might have to get a couple of defense cobras for the office.
Yeah, you know how people have the beware the dog sign?
Beware the cobra. Just beware the cobra. What they're called Big and Wanger. You don't want to get bit by a Wanger, but Big's no slouch either. Anyway, the thing is though, I'm not sure what I want to be true more. That he genuinely bought them as an acting aid, or that it was a sly attempt to write off cobras on his taxes, because either one is amazing.
So this video was sponsored.
Yes, it was by the makers of this t-shirt, Saikou Apparel. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, so I got a person who speaks Japanese to inform my pronunciation, which is a company owned by a fellow YouTuber called Ross Boomsocks. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly too.
Such a great name.
Which makes this video, in addition to being one of our first sponsored videos, is also our first ever collaboration with another YouTuber who isn't someone I wrote for. So that's pretty cool. And I just thought we could talk about how the deal got made, because they sent me a list of cool shit to talk about at the end of the video. I said, oh, here's a list of like neat figures from Japanese history, because the clothing line is inspired by Akihabara. I don't know how to pronounce that district of Japan, but this district in Japan known for its very distinctive look. And like it's all streetwear informed by that. And it's like you'll see some examples of it behind me. And maybe a bit later, because they also sent me 2 fucking swag bags, which we'll get to in a sec. But, oh God, that was loud. How the deal was reached was super interesting, because I got a nice email from a person at Saikou just saying, oh, hi, yeah, we're a clothing company owned by a Scottish-based YouTuber, Ross Boomsocks. We want to work with you. We're all fans of your work, and we understand that you like to have full creative freedom. We're all about that life. And in the ensuing conversation, I proved that I am a amazing businessman, because they originally offered me £1,500 for this plug, and I responded to that with a counter offer of £750 because I am a moron. But my caveat was I will accept this lower fee if you will put some of the money towards a charity that I like a lot, which is Jerry Green's Dog Sanctuary in Scunthorpe, which is where my beloved family pet Penny, who's made appearances in previous videos, pictured behind me, is from. So in addition to this channel getting £750, Jerry Green Dog Sanctuary is getting an additional £500 that's going to be donated in Big White's name, which is amazing.
Oh, that's so nice.
And they also sent me this T-shirt, which is appreciated, but not as much as a personal letter of thanks from Ross that just said, when the dark times are over, I would love to come through to Sheffield and buy you and the team a pint and take you to Corp. What a sound fucking dude. Like, what a nice bunch of people to do that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And like, they sent me this T-shirt, and as I said, they sent these 2 huge swag bags, because like you'll recall, Nisha, I asked people in the Fact Fiend group, what's your size of shirts? Like, they just sent me these 2 massive bags of stuff for you guys. I'll have to try and figure out a way to get to you.
That's awesome.
Fuck it, let's open it now. I'll make this also the first official unboxing video on the channel.
Oh, I'm not there in person. That's so annoying.
You're not there, are you? It's like, oh, so we've got, some masks. Wear your masks, folks.
Oh, nice.
A beanie. Got a beanie. Another mask. Another beanie.
Oh, the beanies are so cool.
Got a new T-shirt. I'm in various sizes. Look at that. This is free. Look at this. Look at this advertising right here, folks. Oh man, these are fucking sick. You know what? You might not get one of these. These are pretty good. I think that's the same T-shirt again. It is, yeah, sweet. Do you know my favourite thing about this is? Oh my god, yes, that's mine. I'm having that one. Fucking 2, right? Whoa. Got this cool shit. There's another bag. I'm still in the same bag. So that's like 3 T-shirts. Oh, hoodie. I need a hoodie. I need a hoodie for the gym. So it's a hoodie. Yeah, another bag. I'm fucking sick on Christmas Day. I go Super Saiyan on Christmas Day. Right, you want to see me? Another hoodie. So I've got a white one, got one in black, one in white. Now this is the thing, like after this is over, we're going to be having a big argument in the Facebook group about who gets what. That's going to be the dangerous thing. Like the same T-shirt I'm wearing, which I believe is the same size that I am as well. And maybe we'll do a giveaway with like the stuff that's a double. Unless people want to have the T-shirt I'm currently wearing right now. Oh god, that'd be weird. Why would people want that shirt? I don't know. But yeah, just a whole bunch of cool, and a fucking snapback. You know, for the fuckboy in all of us. That's the one.
Yeah,
you know what? Adam can have that.
Yeah, you wanted one of them.
But yeah, I just thought it was like, what a nice bunch of dudes, and I'm like really happy that we've been able to make this video because it's been sponsored. We can like pull back the curtain on this one, and we don't run ads against sponsored videos. And this might be the most wholesome video we ever make on the channel, because you're not here, Nisha, due to the dark times, but I've had a huge shit-eating grin on my face the entire time. Because I woke up this morning, I had a coffee, I came to the office, I've talked with my friend about Nick Cage buying some tax cobras, which is fucking awesome. We've hopefully, big quotes, that I entertained the, on average, 100,000 people who watch these videos when they're first released. There's been no ads run against this video, so those people have not had their time wasted. We've done a, hopefully, again, great sponsorship plug for a really nice group of dudes. I might get a pint out of it. everyone working on the channel, because here's the thing, when we get sponsored videos, I split the money evenly between the channel and the editors. I don't take anything. I draw a wage from big wangers, which is also amazing. So you, Nisha, Brad and Lucas will all get £100 for free at the end of this month as a thank you.
Oh, that's really awesome.
Like, you're also going to get some free t-shirts out of it.
That's
a
also
charity that looks after adorable dogs is getting £500.
That's even more awesome.
And it makes me think, why don't other YouTubers do sponsors like this?
Yeah, it's just so much nicer. Like you said, it feels more wholesome. Yeah, it's just more genuine.
It is, because I am genuinely happy to endorse this product because the people running it are really fucking sound. And that's why I'm happy to take the facts that they sent us, that they wanted us to read out at the end, and turn it into a focus, because they've done the research and it's a shame to waste it. And they're not even paying us for that video, but I'm happy to turn that into a fact being focus that will be released a few days after this, no doubt. Just featuring those things with their branding again in it, just because they've been so nice and upfront and stand up about it. So like, thank you to our sponsor today. I really hope this plug serves you well. And to our fans at home watching this, like, if you do want a new t-shirt and you like the look of anything you've seen, because I fucking like this t-shirt, I'll be wearing this in videos because it's like, you can't really see the fit, I suppose, but it's rare for me to get a t-shirt that fits nice. I rarely, oh God, no, my microphone. Oh God, no, please. Oh God.
Don't store your coffee,
It's
please.
rare. No, oh God, no, not again. I'm not drinking coffee today. I'm already too excited. But it's rare for me to find a t-shirt that fits. I'm very long. I'm 6'3". I don't often get t-shirts that fit properly, and this t-shirt fits great. So the quality is right there. And so yeah, any fans out there on the lookout for a new shirt or a hoodie, and you want to support a decent group of dudes, like, go check out the store link below, because fuck yeah, I'm wearing all this shit they sent me. Thanks, guys. And Ross, I look forward to playing you in Smash to determine who's the champion of the universe. Because, oh yeah, we're also going to do that.